unbeatable. We'll train until we meet our goal. The stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable. We'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon! Thank you all so much for joining us today. I'm going to turn it over to the professor to kick us off.
Thank you so much. The professor has a bit of a sore throat today, so we had our lovely Torie filling in for me. As we begin today's episode, each of us are standing up against the canyon wall in a massive field, currently being lit up in the middle of the night by the glowing power plant. There's currently a battle of like 50 wild electric types against like 15 trained Pokemon of trainers that you don't know whether or not they're dubious or scary, but you kind of get that vibe. In the sky, there's two more trainers fighting against your guys' ally, Perry, who seems to be having the time of her life. Her flying Gyarados being a battleship for all of her other Pokemon.
Dude.
But it is at this point that you've been attempting to sneak to the power plant, and there was a little bit of a fuck up, a little bit of a kerfuffle as you accidentally brushed the side of the canyon. Some rocks fell, and then the heads of a Raichu and an orange electric type Pokemon that you were not familiar with both turned, one going right, the other going paw, and they both turn and they look at you. And that is where we're going to begin today's episode. Do we have any instinctual things that are happening at this exact moment?
Corinne's gonna drop to the ground.
How far are we from them?
Maybe 20 feet.
Death drops.
Okay. How effectively do you think we could run in a convincing manner that we mean them no harm?
That would be entirely up to the dice.
I just want to give them good eye contact and mean like, hey.
That would be entirely up to the dice. Yeah, there would be a roll.
Okay,
I can give you a chance, but it would be charm. It would be 100% charm.
Poke handling charm?
You're telling me that
It'd be poke handling charm, but it would be charm. If you wanted to do that, but
poke handling alone for me is 6, so I'm hoping I just explode, and then it's even better.
You're hoping. The question is that the path
crazy.
you're taking?
I don't know. I would like to roll this and vibe check it, if that...
No, you roll after you determine what you're doing.
Dang it. That was a good roll, too. Okay. Gang, what do we think?
So this is instinctive. If you're taking it instinctively, you can do it. But you roll after we decide what we're doing.
I think we do and skedaddle.
Well, you drop to the ground, so that's not.
You
skedaddle.
did also do that. So the rest of them are going to skedaddle.
Why
you're on the
you
ground.
don't know.
You're
You don't know how fast I can army crawl.
I imagine very quickly.
If you can army crawl faster than you can run, that's a problem. I think
that's true. Also, I will remind you that the dirt is like not super dirt. It's like a lot of like rocks and shit, and you're on a fucking halter top, and you just drop to the ground.
Yeah, but Corinne's got abs of steel, baby.
That's true. They bounce
She
off.
doesn't care about the halter top.
Okay, so we got drop to the ground, instinct to run. DJ, you're the deciding vote. What are you doing? Is your immediate instinct to stay or to run?
Between fight, flight, and freeze, she freezes.
Okay, that's
and
two
she's
freezes.
Gonna follow,
Guys, what are we doing here?
She's
Two
gonna follow
freezes.
whoever's. I think if someone starts running, she'll follow the run.
Okay, Seth, do you take off running, seeing Coryne hit the ground?
Yeah, I mean, I do the thing I'm planning, which is to make eye contact with them.
Go for it.
But I will side-eye Coryne for dropping to the ground.
Yeah. Okay.
In the middle.
Go ahead and
What's
roll
Tanner
your,
doing?
roll,
Is he
roll your
just kinda,
Pokemon handling. Each of you who are attempting to run need to roll Pokemon handling, which Tanner is, as an NPC, is following the group because Aaron doesn't want to give him choices right now.
Does it have to be
like
charisma
shit.
for me?
It has to be charm for all of you.
Oh,
for
sorry.
This. It has to be charm. This is a charm roll.
10.
10. Okay.
18.
18. Okay.
21, because I forgot to add my Poke handling modifier.
Coryne, you're staying, so you don't count towards the thing. So that means... Okay. So, at that moment, 3 people make eye contact with these 2 electric types with the hands up, begin to sprint away, and Seth, you have a moment where you look back and they are not following after you. Instead, their sparking cheeks are still looking at the person on the ground. Coryne, you are now alone, and there are 2 angry electric types looking at you about 20 feet away and slowly approaching you. What are you doing?
Maybe now run.
Can I throw? It's gonna be like pocket glitter, but it's pocket berries, and I'm gonna throw 2 berries and run.
Give me your own Pokemon handling check with an advantage.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, wait. This is okay. Yeah, this is right. Okay, I exploded on that.
This is so interesting to watch. It's stressful.
Yeah.
It's very stressful. The fast math Kenna's doing right now.
24.
Okay. So I want to point out, I'm going to go once again from Seth's perspective, because Seth, you're at the front of the pack sort of thing. So you did the thing where your instinct was like, Pokemon, I know how to deal with this. I deal with angry Pokemon all the time. You just back up and you fucking sprint and you let it go, right? You did that. You start running, you look back, DJ, behind you, Tanner, behind you, running. Neither of them very good fortitudes, right? They're both, and then you look back and you see Coryne is still on the ground. Fuck. And you look up and she's got like her abs are like of steel, so they're not cut, but there's like little cuts on her shoulders and stuff where she like hit the ground. And she goes and throws 2 berries, and you see the 2 berries dink dink out into their hands, like land perfectly in their hands. She starts sprinting. And you all begin to run. Can everybody make me an athletics check, please? Your choice of die.
Okay.
Sick.
Yeah, I was like,
between fortitude and strength.
Literally, fortitude and strength is my biggest die, my smallest
die. Coryne, what'd you roll? I see those hands.
Mayhaps I rolled a 6.
Okay, interesting. That is definitely gonna detract from your guys' total. Okay.
Blown into the wind level of strength. That's crazy.
Yep. DJ, what about you?
I was scared.
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Gang, what are we doing?
Seth, what did you roll?
I have a tiny little die.
So that's a total of 9. Seth, what did you roll?
I'm a tiny little guy.
15.
15. That actually might have saved you. Let me see here. So 9 plus 15 is going to be 24.
Your fortitude and your strength are low?
And then Tanner rolled a total of 9, and that'll put you above the 32 that you needed, because that's 24 plus 9 is going to be 33. You guys succeed by 1. By 1!
Thank you
In
so much.
this moment, as you guys are running, it is only Seth being able to lead you through the canyon,
Sport mode,
and
baby.
Tanner pushing DJ from the back.
The cracks in them.
You guys are able to keep going. You guys, and you guys make it to a broken. Fence, right? Like a chain link fence. It's like snapped and like broken, and the poles are like shoved over to the side. Like very much this was not maintained for a very long time. And it's the thing where you have to like jump over a large portion of it. And as you like jump over it, each of you will just like kind of notice like, oh, there's like a fuzzy feeling when I touch that, and immediately my fingers are tingly and numb. You jump over, you start running. Coryne, you turn back and you see that the Raichu has given up, but the other Pokemon is like hands like Naruto running like at you.
What the fuck? I gave you a berry. Is the berry still in the hand?
He's chewing it. He's going.
He's just covered in gin.
He's like, I want another one.
Just like fucking, oh my god. And that's why Coryne can't run.
And you guys run, and you get to this fence, and you go over, and as you get over the fence, you can see there's like maybe like another 40 feet, and then there's a set of front doors to the power plant that are open. Are you guys going for the doors? Or are you trying to go around? You can try and go around the power plant.
Around for what?
I don't know. You don't know. There are alleys on either side, and then there's a front door. Instinctives, what are your choices?
First instinct for DJ is to get inside, because immediate danger is the
That's true. It will take longer to go
running
around.
after us.
There will be rolls on escaping this thing coming at you.
I feel confident taking this thing on, especially if we're running and we're not necessarily trying to beat it.
Okay.
So I'm fine going around if we want to find a different entrance. Though I do understand the speed at which we could trace someone else's steps going in the way they went. So
Okay. Real quick, Kenna, can you roll me D100 real quick?
That's a 3 and a 93.
93. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
My thought process, Matt, is that if we go in the front, yeah, we might be jumping straight into other danger, but we only have so much time. Like, there's a clock ticking on whatever they're planning, and if we delay by going around back, we might miss that opportunity.
this is great. Good point.
Right.
What did we name the last episode?
We should have taken them out fast.
So
I
we
will
go in the
claim
front
a
door.
modicum
We can
of
go in the front
responsibility
door.
for that.
Let's go in the front door. It's fine.
Okay. So you guys run towards the
Matt
front door.
said, I told you so after this.
Don't make me tap the sign.
You can see the Pokemon running after you guys. Do you guys just like close the door? Just boom.
Yeah.
Okay. Who
I
grabs it?
think. How about this? I think I would like to have, as we're going into the door, I would like Richter to be the last person going in and try to intimidate the Pommy in some form using his draconic presence that he has to kind of like
Roman special attack.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Not regular attack.
That one?
You not regular attack. Okay, I'll do that. Ha! So that's going to be a 15.
15. Okay. As you guys are running through, and Coryne goes to grab the door and close it, but luckily was interrupted and did not actually grab the door herself.
Richter just holds the door open and then just hits him with a big roar out from the door.
You gonna hit with a big roar? Okay. So as Richter turns around and he does a non-consequential bit of a roar to go, Rah! And like scare off this Pokemon. This Pokemon like stops in its tracks, but it kind of like crosses its arms and goes, Pomo.
What the fuck?
This is a Riolu type bitch. I see you.
And then Richter goes. Just closes the door.
He closes the door. After a second, you hear dink, 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 dink on the outside of the door. Pomo.
What the
You see a hand come through that's point. It's only got like 3 fingers, and it points one finger at Coryne.
Oh, maybe it was a bitter berry. Maybe he didn't like it.
Coryne will step forward and peek around Richter.
It's like it like makes like a motion, like a come here motion.
Okay, I go over to it.
It goes over to it, and it goes, Pomo. And it does like a thank you heads thing, and then it turns around and starts to walk away.
The manners on this one.
Thank you for the food.
The manners.
Coryne has the biggest sweat drop. Like, Jesus.
I'd like to buy all your chocolate bars, please. That has this energy. He's yelling, berries! Chasing you down the hall.
Richter will close the door once more.
That's so funny.
Okay. Now that you are in the power plant, let me
Is there on the back of that door a latch to like?
There is. It looks like it was busted for the door to be open to begin with. It looks like whoever came through here busted their way in.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Okay.
One of the things that I will say is a blessing at the moment is you very quickly realize that even though there's that electric thrum, there is no other sound of Pokemon immediately moving, as most of the Pokemon who live here have made their way out to the field to do their combat. So, even though these people are fighting and it's scary, this has honestly been a greater boon to you to be able to travel through here. But you do find yourselves in like sort of like a large like maintenance hallway sort of area, where like sections of the walls have collapsed and broken, but not in a way that makes them passable. And every bit of metal in this room starts to like glow. Any of you who take the time to like look at any of your technology, you can see it freaking the fuck out, and you should probably turn it off to avoid it getting broken.
How are our Pokédexes doing?
Same. They are fucked right now. Every bit of anything that runs off a motherboard that you have is fucked right now.
But
So
your
there's no
flashlight's
chance of-
there.
Your flashlight's fine. In fact, your flashlight, you don't even need to turn it right now. The ambient charge in the air is enough to just go right.
There's probably no chance of getting a text message out, is there?
None. There is no communication. There is too much going on to where you can feel it in your own skin. Like any bits of like micrometal or anything that's in your skin, anything that may have come through, you can feel it in gentle tugs on the bits of your outfit. There is enough charge and magnetic influence in this building to fuck technology, dude.
All of our hair's standing up.
Yeah, you're all getting the static charges on every bit of hair that you have.
Coryne takes out a dryer sheet. And
Like at one point you look down at Riolu and it's just a fucking black Cheeto. Like it's just
That's funny.
Probably a good idea not to touch too much metal or magnetic stuff in here then. I am going to take out Newton.
Okay, and actually, something you mentioned, you release Newton, and you feel a weird like pulse in your Pokeball once you release. You feel like as you get deeper in here, your Pokeballs might not function as well. Is a thought that you're getting. So if you're going to release or change any Pokemon, I do it now.
The little grounding device that Vermilion and I made.
It's pretty good. It might help
thinking
you
about that.
get through a couple uses of a Pokeball here or there. You'd probably have to affix it to the Pokeball for it to work properly.
Okay, I'm just
We
gonna
can
make
dire
a note
straits.
that is out at the
Actually,
ready,
wait.
like tied to my belt.
Actually, wait. Do you have it or does Vermilion have it? Did we determine this?
I can check my notes. I'm pretty sure I have it.
I was going to say, I don't
Because I was
remember.
the one walking people back and forth.
Valid. I will allow it. I was just double checking.
While that note checking happens, because we're in the power plant, are there any like abandoned or leftover like suits, insulated suits that they would have for the people working in the area?
Like overalls, probably in some sort of locker room area that you may need to get deeper into to get protective gear.
Locker rooms known for being...
Maybe Aaron looked at his map over and saw maybe somewhere that you could be trying to get that sort of equipment. That might have happened.
Could that same Aaron point us in that direction?
Yeah, there's only one direction to go right now. It's down the maintenance hallway that you're currently
Imagine we go that way.
Imagine. Yeah.
Imagine.
If it's not immediate apparent on the notes, I will say you did take it because you were the one who had it. I just wanted to double check.
I will bring out Axel.
Okay.
So I have Richter and Axel out, and I'm going to have Axel kind of sit on Richter's head as like a headlamp for him, so we can further go into the plant.
Okay. All right, and then Coryne, your two Pokemon out. What are they currently right now?
I'm going to keep out Thornton and Newton.
Thornton and Newton. Okay, sounds good. So with Newton, you at this point have trained Newton well enough at this point to, upon being released and sensing things, to begin to point in a direction towards where teleporting is immediately. And you can tell that direction is probably like straight ahead of you down the hallway, but probably like the hallway is going to turn and do things. You could barrel through the building in that direction, destroying stuff on your way there, or you could follow the natural paths of the building, sort of thing.
I'm just going to be the compass for right now.
Okay, you can be the compass.
For your reference, I have Tabasco, Aleppo, Cayenne.
So, as you are in this hallway, you have your Pokemon out, the rest of your Pokeballs beginning to sort of like, you see the little white dots on the front of them where the circles are beginning to like flicker and act funky. And Tanner's actually going to have Little Miss Magic out, and not Specs, but his third Pokemon that you have not yet met yet, as he releases what looks like a tiny little like conical Pokemon with two little legs, as he goes, all right, come on out, Arlene. As you see a little Snorunt appear. And he's going to go ahead and have Arlene out because Arlene is a Snorunt. It's an ice type, so it's not super effective either way with electric types. But Seth, as you guys are going to continue going down this hall, can you make me a real quick spot hidden check?
Yeah, let me do that.
And actually, DJ, because the amount of time you spent with Vermilion and everything, can you use a make technology roll for me, please?
Sure.
And then Coryne, continue to look intimidating and strong.
I got a 8.
8. Okay, interesting. And then DJ?
14.
14. Okay, Seth, with an 8, that's pretty good. What you are going to be able to note is you do see that there is a maintenance map on one of the walls of the hallway that you're able to look at. You would normally get like some sort of photo of it, but it is that thing where your technology is currently not working. So from the best of your memory, you start to sort of map out the pathways through the area. You do spot an area where it does say equipment unloading. You would assume that would mean that's where whatever equipment you were looking out for earlier would be. Mm-hmm. DJ, with the technology roll, you would note that the technology that is in this building that's currently lit up, like the light bulbs and the wires and everything, should not be working. At one point, you look up to a light fixture and you can see the wires that have been cut, right? Like just from the time that has gone on of disrepair and everything. But you see that like light bulbs are still glowing. You can see iridescent things beginning to move. You can see all of these sort of like incandescent bulbs, that's the word I was looking for, turning on. It looks like the charge here obviously is very powerful, but as you look at it, you can see sort of like flickers in the electricity itself where things will like light and dim and move, and it gives this sort of like really awful, almost motion sickness energy to everything. And with a 14, you're able to see that there's a bit of a pattern to it, and you're like breathing for a second trying to figure it out, and then you realize it almost feels like a pattern of breathing. It feels like a exhale of energy sort of thing that's going on, and you're starting to feel that pattern in front of you. Seth,
okay,
you with that map, I'm going to have you in front doing a lot of our navigation stuff because I know you have a lot of ranks and tracking. So I'm just going to use you as my point of view for the tracking. You guys head straight down the maintenance hallway, and it sort of curves through a couple different rooms that are in disrepair. You see like a break room where everything's kind of smashed. You see an area where it's like, oh, this is probably some sort of conference room. And it slowly turns towards the right and then to the right again to where you're now facing the direction you originally came. For the compass, for Coryne, for Newton, it's currently pointing behind you now. You're starting to walk away from wherever the teleporting is. And you come to a split where the hallway splits in two directions. Can you please, Seth, make me a tracking check to attempt to recall the direction towards the equipment room or the direction forward?
Yes. Am I picking which one I'm trying to go towards, or just in
yes,
general?
You're going to pick which one you want to try and go towards because you know they are not in the same direction.
Okay.
And then the tracking check is to determine how successful you are at recalling which one it is.
Personally, I'd like to go for the equipment rooms. That's what I'm going to go for. That is going to be 16.
Okay.
Or, no, 15. Sorry, 15.
As you guys get to this like split in the halls, Seth is able to, however, in your own words you'd like to, point down the direction where you'll probably be able to get equipment.
I believe on the map there was a green line that pointed from the entrance that I followed along the wall, where it stops where the location is.
And
That's
sometimes you lose the green line because there's like holes in the wall and shit, but every time you like pick it back up every once in a while.
Yes.
Yeah. So are you guys going to head towards the equipment area, or are you going to continue to follow through to the end?
I think it'd be smart for us to grab equipment. I think the survivability is important.
Okay. You turn towards the left, and you can see that there's like another long series of hallways where at the end you see the door that you're supposed to be headed towards. Who has the highest int die in the room?
I have a D20.
D20 is pretty good. Okay. DJ, as you guys are beginning to move down the hallway, you hear the slight sound of something rolling ahead of you. What is your instinct when hearing that?
Do you mean rolling like a ball rolling across the floor? Like a
something heavy rolling across the floor.
Or like a
bigger than
like
a pool ball,
rock?
but a similar sound.
Okay.
It's pretty smooth, whatever it sounds like.
My instinct is to stop everybody. And can I think of any logical thing that might be rolling around in a power plant? Like a battery
Absolutely,
rolling
you
across
can.
the room?
You are a Kanto native. You are someone who has lived your whole lives. There is a spherical Pokemon that is
a Voltorb?
It's the evolved form of a Voltorb from how heavy it sounds.
Okay.
And those things are rolling bombs. You'll remember their main thing is explosion and self-destruct.
Sure is. So I'm gonna stop everyone and whisper, I think there's an electrode rolling around up there. I don't know how many. I mean, can I hear more than one, or does it just sound
right now you just hear the one. On the like linoleum floor, you hear the of it moving.
I only hear one. I don't know if we want to get close to that thing.
I wish I had a riot shield.
How far are we from the storage facility?
So to set up, now that DJ has pointed out the sound, you are from the way you've came, you're in a long hallway, and it is the door at the end is the room with the equipment in it. Mm-hmm. And you can't quite tell based off of the thrumming of electricity and the echoing of the noise without further rolls, which room off of this hallway the rolling around is happening in. So there's a possibility you could walk through the hallway, sneak, and get past the room that has a Voltorb in it. Or sorry, an electrode in it. But that's a chance, that's a roll.
I think if we approach this calm, cool, and collected, and if it does see us and or is alerted to our presence, we just talk it out. See how it wants to feel. I know it's under stress currently, but
I don't think that they're necessarily known for talking things out.
They are not known for talking anything out, Seth.
They got like a hair fuse. Fuse because they're a bomb.
I thought you were saying hair because they were bald.
Don't tell that to the Pokemon.
Yes. So I think
Coryne goes, haha, you're so funny.
Okay. I think if we just kind of sneak past the doors, we can see what room is the storage room specifically, and just kind of keep our ears tuned in for more electrode sounds. Plus, these walls look pretty thick.
Did DJ point out the breathing thing that's happening?
I don't know that that's something she would have pointed out. Because
Okay.
I don't know that it seemed like enough information to be relevant to everybody else.
Okay.
If it starts like quickening or something, she'll point it out. If it starts like being interrupted, she'll point it out.
Fully knowing that the Pokeballs are on the fritz and may not work, Coryne is going to just have one. Coryne is actually going to have a great ball in their hand, just in case.
I'll give you the little electric device if you want it, the grounding device.
The grounding device guarantees that whatever ball it's attached to is going to work.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
You affix it to the back hinge of it, and you can see the charge like literally arc and it as it removes the charge from it.
Just one thing of electric tape.
Yeah.
That like
No, it's like the thing when you get the gum wrapper and you like attach it onto a battery so it can like burn. You guys ever done that?
Yes.
No.
Oh, you've never done. Oh, it's so
cool.
fun.
No, I have.
Science experiment time.
Yeah.
kids, don't do this at home.
Okay. So you guys, your goal is to sneak through. So once again, anybody with you could either roll for all your Pokemon or you could take a disadvantage for each of your Pokemon. Each Pokemon that you're rolling for does add to the difficulty. Or you could leave your Pokemon at the front of the hallway and go by yourselves.
I feel confident because my Pokemon roll with a D10 and I roll with a D10 as well. So I feel like it's 3 opportunities. That does increase the odds, but
I will carry Rockruff.
Okay.
But Tabasco and Aleppo can do their own thing.
Okay. So go ahead and roll speed and stealth for you guys, whoever you're rolling for, and whoever you're not rolling for taking advantage. And then when I get to you, you're going to tell me the amount of creatures you rolled for and what your overall total was.
Is Thornton still not affecting
Still not counting.
this?
Yeah. Thornton
Okay, great.
being that big, I'm not going to count Thornton against stealth.
He's so small.
That is a mechanical upside of a pygmy. I'm not going to count it for stealth.
Thank you. All right, and then
Whereas if we had a king-size Pokemon, I'd probably do some disadvantages on stealth. DJ, what'd you get?
43.
And you were rolling for 3 for yourself
For
and 2
3
Pokemon?
creatures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
in total, I rolled 39, and I rolled for myself and Newton. So
39.
One
Oh, that's fantastic.
Damn, Kenna.
That might cover that covers for Tanner. I'll tell you that. Tanner rolled like dog shit.
I exploded 3 times on a D8.
Wow.
Oh
Thank you,
my
Newton.
god!
Yeah, Arlene is not stealthy.
I rolled for 3 Pokemon, or 3 people, so 2 Pokemon and myself, and I got 16.
16. Okay.
A lot of 2s and 3s.
This is actually not bad. Like, Seth is the only one of the 3 of you who came in a little under, but even then it wasn't by a lot.
Feels
Okay.
like a lot.
It's not that bad. Okay. So, as you guys begin to like creep through the hallway, very quiet, deathly quiet. You just let the thrum, and it's DJ. It's that thing where because you've noticed the breathing, you almost feel yourself like accidentally synchronizing with the breathing of the electricity. It's a thing where when you catch yourself, you're then way too aware of your own breathing.
Yeah.
And you guys are moving, and you're step. You look in the first room, you don't see the electrode. You just see it's like an office. The second room looks like some sort of nurse's station. You don't see the electrode. Third room is another office. And as you see this other office, you see that there's the doorway, and then there is a Pokemon that is too big to fit through the doorway and probably evolved once it was in that room. As you can see, about a 4.5 foot, like older electrode rolling and just sort of like dunking into the wall as it keeps trying to roll forward into the wall. But as you spot this electrode, actually, you're going to note that it's weird, but can each of you please roll me a Pokemon lore check as you see something very weird about this electrode?
Guys, I know we're being stealthy.
Oh, that's a D10.
But I think I'm going to make a decision.
Okay.
That was terrible, actually.
that was-
Wow, jeez.
Ooh.
Guys, did you guys blow it?
6.
Okay.
I
6.
did.
Okay.
I did big
6 is
time.
not going to be
7.
enough to know what's going on. 7's not going to be enough to know what's going on.
14 again.
14 is just under what you need to know what's going on. So you're all a little bit,
What did Tanner get?
all a little bit
What
blind.
did
Tanner
I didn't
get?
roll for
Tanner
Tanner. You know what? I didn't roll for Tanner.
Come on, Tanner.
I didn't roll for Tanner. Tanner does have an innate knowledge of archaic and old Pokemon.
Come on, Tanner. So advantage?
And Tanner rolled a 1 on his D12.
Oh.
So as you look into the room, you can see that whatever happened with this electrode when it evolved, you can see that the normally like plasticky white sheen to its body is more like polished wood grain. And you note that the wooden desk in the back where it looks like it got like slammed against the wall. You think with the Pokelore that you've got, DJ, you can sort of guess it's like, oh, it looks like when it was a Voltorb, it evolved while it was stuck under the desk. And it seems like to have like fused with the wooden desk at points, and its top half is like this like beautiful polished wood finish versus the white plastic. And yes, fuck you, Matt. It is.
No, what are you talking? I didn't say anything that was in the episode. You just sweared at me for no reason, and they're gonna know that.
You just sweared at me.
So you see this like odd looking, and like it hasn't noticed you because its eyes are like pointed towards the ground as it keeps rolling its forehead into the doorway, and you can see its little cheeks start to spark.
All right, gang, I'm gonna help this Pokemon get out of this room for my own moral well-being.
I think you should.
I'm going to tap on Axel's shoulder, who's then going to tap on Richter's shoulder.
Yeah.
And then Axel's going to jump back over to me. And I'm going to walk over with Richter, glove in hand, with him holding my hand so I'm grounded. And just see if I can get the electrode's attention in the most calming approach possible. And then I'm going to attempt to try and
because your Pokemon is assisting you, roll me Poke Handling with advantage, please.
Don't talk to. Actually, no. Talk to me and my son whenever you want.
Talk to me and my son.
Talk to me and my son.
Okay, you said Pokemon handling.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use intelligence this time. In hopes
DJ,
that
as Seth is like slowly approaching, you're like you're that thing where you like it's that thing where you know information, but you don't know it in the moment, and it's like the frustrating like fuck, I know this information. You also know that like legendary Pokemon from all of the like myths and stories of like you raising Pokemon and everything, you're aware that shit gets weird when legends are around. And if a Pokemon were to evolve under even the weirdest situations while there was a legend present, weird shit could happen. So whatever's going on with this electrode is probably a natural part of it somewhere in the great tree that is Pokemon, right? In the great family tree. But this is definitely not something that would normally happen without the influence of a legendary at least being present while it evolved. So that pretty much seals the deal that there is a legend for you in this power plant. Yeah.
I'm going to communicate that to Coryne while Seth is going up and just kind of do the whisper super fast. Like, okay, so there's definitely a legendary here because blah, 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 blah. And she's just going to be running her mouth. And I'm going to lean on like my fun fact as kind of the background as kind of the background why I know
that's one of the reasons I was tossing you the information even in general to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, if we want alternate forms, just evolve your Pokemon that has a potential opportunity to do that. Right now, guys. Here's your opportunity. Now's the time. It's like a 3D movie like Shark Boy and Lava Girl where it's like, put on your glasses now. But it's like, evolve your Pokemon now.
I put a finger on Myrtle's Pokeball and then I...
Okay.
I got a 15.
15.
14, sorry.
14. Okay, so you try and get the attention of this electrode, and you see, like, you step forward and you do that thing where you kind of, like, make a little bit of noise, like a soft amount of noise, just to, like, let it know that you're there and you don't sneak up on it. And
I
you
try
see
and speak electrode, so I go, buzz.
And it's sort of, its entire spherical body, like on its own, moves up and looks at you, and you see it go, and you see, like, that, like, telltale white glow for a second, and then it goes, electrode, and you just see its whole body just...
And I just say, do you need help with... It seems like you maybe got stuck in here. Is this door not wide enough for you? Okay, I get it. I'm gonna very gently put a hand out to stop it from with my big Richter gloves to like stop it from just hitting its head more on the door frame. As you do
that, you notice that there are like dents in the door frame in the wood. It looks like it's probably been trying to get out of this room for some time, and it's just now that there's a big fight going on, it's sad that it's been left here. It's probably been stuck here for a while.
Yeah. I'm gonna look over to Richter, and I'll just do a X with my hands, and I just want him to do a dual chop around the door just to like cut a little,
like a Wolverine, like a
just get a little bit more so we can roll out.
No roll required. Just and then the section of the door just
sick.
And I'll say, your friends are outside. Feel free to join them if you want. We're just trying to make sure everyone else is safe.
Electrode!
Okay, all right.
And it just starts like butting into your knees.
Okay, all right.
It actually kind of hurts a little bit. It's like one of two heavy dogs, so it's like hitting into your thighs.
I'll have a bruise. It's okay.
And it just starts like roll down the hallway.
Bye.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your
friends.
And because you have done this, you are going to get the side quest reward. As you look inside the room, yes, you get a gun.
Let's go.
There is just a whole Glock there. That is what you get.
Brought it back.
As you look at the back of the room where the electrode has been like nested, it looks like other Pokemon have been bringing it food to eat while it's been here. There are 4 cherry berries and then a glimmer of something like lavender blue. It's maybe like this big.
Dorian, because he's been stuck by a door.
Aww.
Okay, a lavender blue berry, you say?
No, so there are 4 cherry berries and something that is lavender blue among the berries.
Ooh. Could I know what this is without eating it?
Yeah, you've seen several of these and hoarded them for some time.
Oh, they orange berries?
No, you see a rare candy sitting there.
Let's go!
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I have a
now
ton of
you've
these.
been hoarding them.
I have a ton of these.
He's been hoarding every single one I've given you guys. He's hoarded.
Does anyone else want these? I will gladly take it.
One rare candy.
Nom 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 for me, little guy eating candy. But just throwing it out there.
I'm gonna forego.
Torie looks tempted. Torie looks tempted right now. She's got a lot of littles on her team.
Tempted. I got a lot of
I got little guys, but I'm waiting for them to hit a certain level, and then I can just
pump them full of candy.
Get them real big.
Yeah. You're going to go from having like mid-evolutions, and then, okay, Torie says she's in.
All right.
I'll take it.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. The cherry berry is probably kind of important considering you're going to be up against some electric types. Just pointing that out there.
How many cherry berries do you guys have? I have 10 on my person.
I have 10.
So.
Well, now do you have 12?
Hmm?
Now do you have 12 with the 2?
4 cherry berries.
Oh, 4. Got it.
I have no cherry berries.
Take them. They're yours.
Okay, you get 4 cherry berries.
4 berries.
Okay. But as you continue past that, you can continue on to the locker room, where Tanner was already starting to fiddle with the door, and you see he's got like a lockpick in hand, and he goes, and opens up. He goes, I knew I trained that for a reason. He opens up the door, and you can see a very dark room. That you realize that the only reason it's dark is because the light bulbs in here are kind of busted and shattered. As it looks like this room, there's a hole in the wall on the other side. This room was probably the nest of something bigger that is out there now. As you can see that the whole room, like all the lockers have been shattered and crumpled like soda cans. You can see that like bits of cloth are like ripped everywhere. However, you do see a hole through a wall to the other side, and you can begin to search the nest if you'd like for anything valuable.
If there are any random Pokemon eggs there, I want to make sure that they're in a safe environment and won't get crushed by other things, if possible.
That is actually a fantastic point. Let me roll my die, because this is absolutely where they would be if there were. There are 3. There is one black and yellow striped one, one yellow spotted one, and one bright orange one.
All right. Are they all together or just like kind of scattered?
No, they're in different spots. It looks like this is like a large communal sleeping room.
Okay. Do they seem currently safe and or well kept?
They seem like as long as you don't disturb them, they'll be fine. They're just there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I will take note of them just to
like if this building starts collapsing or something later, that might be something to think about.
Don't do this to me.
Why would you say that?
I'll take them now if that's the case, but I don't want to move them and disrupt their... Aaron.
The stress.
I can't guarantee that anything will happen in this building.
Okay.
There is a legendary.
Since a lot of everything else is leaving, I'm going to pick up these 3 eggs and I will put them into my incubator.
Okay.
So
it's 1 egg per incubator.
Let's be imaginative, Aaron. Let's make it bigger.
I have whimsy. I have imagination.
He's like, there is rules, though.
There are rules to the game.
Yeah.
The one that's going to go in the incubator will be guaranteed safe. The other 2.
Trying to think what the orange one would be. What's the polka dot one? What's a polka dot?
Actually, you are a Pokemon breeder. I will happily let you do a Pokemon lore for each, or a Pokemon, Pokemon lore for each of these to try and figure out what they are.
Cool. Okay. Black and yellow. I'm gonna assume it's exit.
Absolutely, you can help with it. Yeah, taking advantage, Matt. Yeah, taking advantage.
That is going to be a 7, 10.
Does it beat a 10? Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, so beat a 10.
Sorry,
That's all we needed.
My badge.
Yeah, the 10 was what we needed.
Nice.
That you are absolutely 100% correct. That is an Elekid egg.
Nice.
You fucking nailed it.
Next roll, we'll do orange.
Cool.
I think that's going to be a palmy.
Orange is difficult. Orange is difficult.
Well, I'll work my way up.
Can I really?
Do the other one. Do the other one first. Yeah.
The polka dot one is the one I'm more curious about. So that's going to be 12.
12? Okay. That is a Mareep egg.
Ooh, a Mareep egg.
Yeah.
The yellow spotted one is?
Yeah.
The polka dots.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
Let's go. All right. We're not really going anywhere. And then that one is going to be a also a 12 when I roll in the last one.
You're not sure what this one is. You've never seen it. Context clues, probably the orange Pokemon you saw earlier, but that you're only using context clues. You've never seen this one.
Okay. I'll grab the one I'm not too sure of and put that into the orange one, just so that I can try and identify it for sure later, and then we'll try and, with whatever scraps of nest fabric that they have, kind of make a makeshift.
I'll tell you
incubator.
also, I'm not going to super worry about rolls if you guys spread out the eggs among you. If one person is carrying them all, we're probably going to be rolling because because Pokemon eggs are about that big.
I'm going to make some makeshift on the fly incubators from their respective little nests that are there. And I'll give one to Tanner. So it's your responsibility, Aaron.
Fuck you. All right. Else. Who wants to take responsibility for the last egg, and which egg are you taking responsibility for?
May I ask what kind of what kind of rolls would it be to protect the egg? If
this is going to be when physically things happen. This is going to be either fortitude, strength, or agility. It's going to be one of the physicals depending on what happens.
Coryne, congratulations! You have an egg of your choice.
You better hope to God it's fortitude and strength.
Okay. Which egg are you taking responsibility for? Are you taking responsibility for the Elekid egg or for the Mareep egg?
I think Elekid. Unless you want Mareep. Mareep's a little fluffy.
I'll take the Elekid egg.
Okay, so then Tanner will be in charge of the Mareep egg. I will keep this in mind later on as the three of you pack this up. Also, Matt, with your knowledge of Pokemon eggs, I'm not going to worry about rolls or anything for the incubators. They're going to be pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
They're basically just like baby Bjorns, but for eggs is basically what you've got going on.
That's cute.
Okay, so now you can backtrack and go the proper path. Or you can go through the hole in the wall, which probably will get you there faster, but you will no longer have your exact memory of where you are in the building. Newton would point not towards the hole, but like to the left of the hole.
Before we pick a direction and we start to leave, can I, since they were doing like Pokelore stuff, could I have taken that time to do a quick sweep of the room for actual physical items?
Please go ahead and roll me either a tracking or a spot hidden check, please.
11.
Okay. As they're taking care of starting to get everything ready, DJ's starting to draw out her map, Seth is getting the baby Bjorns ready, you begin to look around. In the rummaging through things, you are able to find 5 different insulated overalls. They are one size fit all, so they stretch and move in different places. These insulated overalls will protect you, the players, from taking electric type damage.
Let's go.
So that you, the players, will not be rolling for electric type moves.
I hand one to everybody, and I shove the extra one in my bag around the egg.
That is a pretty good idea. Just you, the players, just being aware.
Wait, can I? I want to strap one on to Newton. No,
that would be really funny.
That would actually be really funny. I would totally let that work. But that would be his held item, but I would totally let it work.
Welcome to Bass Pro
He doesn't have. He doesn't. I haven't done the spoon thing yet. So that's gonna. Yeah,
I'll sit.
Fucking sick. Yes, thank you so much.
I don't give a shit. Go for it. Yeah, let's go. If he gets hit straight on with a move, I'll probably have a roll involved as to whether or not the overall survive. But yeah, I'm down.
Sick.
Fuck it, I don't care. This is a game. It's all made up. I have whimsy, Matt. I have whimsy.
Hey, you're proving it.
So are we backtrack? So, okay, I'm going to say there are 2 paths in front of you. You backtrack and go the original path, which you know that there are places that Aaron's saying there are things that are around there on the backtrack that are both beneficial and will work against you, or you can skip all of that and go through the hole and maybe have a little bit harder time navigating and save a lot of time.
To see what's beneficial, but then again,
the question is time. You've picked the quicker option 2 times in a row. So the question is, are you going to pick the quicker option again, or are you going to use some of that time that you've been making up?
Our reason for picking the quicker option was, oh no, we're worried about Perry. Perry's a war machine. And
this is true.
We're on a time limit, but the time limit is based on legendary Pokemon's constitution, which I imagine pretty good.
Okay.
I'm down to backtrack.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
We backtrack away from the nest and back down the hallway.
Next episode name, we shouldn't have backtracked.
Okay, we go back to the hallway, and instead of going left, we go right. And now you're facing down the original way that you came into the building. You get to another path where you remember the map that the one, if you choose to go to the right, will lead you to a dead end that is labeled auxiliary generator room. The right to the left will continue going on the correct path. Which direction are you going?
Would that mean that it's like a spot where if the power hasn't been turned on and this whole thing is basically running on nothing, it would be like turning on natural power that's not coming from a Pokemon?
Potentially. You do remember in a lot of these archaic power plants, it was pre-Pokemon being used as the primary fuel source.
Yeah,
so there's like probably some sort of like hydroelectric.
I was going to say, use like the river. I think we do that because the Pokemon, if once something happens to the Pokemon that's powering the entire facility, it goes dark and then we can't see and then we bang our knees on stuff.
What about you, Torie? What are you thinking?
I think especially if DJ is still noting the breathing and the rhythmic, this is the time where she'll probably point it out to you guys and say, have y'all noticed the lights pulsing a little bit?
Now that it's pointed out, it's very obvious, but you hadn't noticed before.
I thought that was fatigue.
I think that's due to a Pokemon keeping the power on, and I think we should check out that generator room to see if there's a way we can relieve that Pokemon of some stress of keeping all these lights on.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Did we have a similar feeling like that, now thinking retrospectively, in the cave?
There was definitely an ambient energy that you might have been able to pick up on in the cave that none of you did at the time, and it's one of the plot hooks Aaron makes fun of you for never approaching the Arctic.
Sorry, your NPC fell down a hole. That's not our fault.
The hole got you closer. Never mind. Okay.
We didn't know. We didn't fall. But that's a good idea. I say we go to the auxiliary
generator.
Yeah. Okay. Jelly bean room.
Go.
Opening up this door, you see a room in front of you that it becomes so obvious. This is where the Pikachu normally live when they're not out fighting people in a field. Like you see that it's like, if you've ever seen a mouse nest, yeah. And there's yellow fur everywhere, and there's like some orange Raichu fur in places. You find this room, and it's sort of like ruined, but in the back of the room you see this massive, almost like giant cylinder that's on its side, where you can see that it looks like inside of it there's some sort of like spinning coil, or what should spin, that's not currently in motion, with a large lever in the front of it. But you also see, glinting in the light on it, there are these sort of like crystalline deposits all over the front, in 2 large masses all over the front of this generator.
Like corrosion?
No, as you get closer, they sort of like, you realize they're not just glittering under the light, they're glittering with inner electric light. And you realize that these are 2 naturally forming deposits of thunderstone on the outside of this generator.
Neat.
And now you understand why Pikachu live here. Yeah, you rip it off the generator with your hands.
That's safe?
Yeah, for the most part, unless you hit it with a really volatile energy source, the elemental stones are pretty safe to carry.
You know, I don't need this. Does anyone actively need this?
It doesn't hurt. It's bartering material.
It doesn't hurt, but it might hurt the Pikachu that live here.
More will grow. They'll find them. Do you see how much fur is in here? They'll find them. They'll be okay.
There's like room for like 20 Pikachu in this room.
Yeah, it's okay. If anything, we're making up this is a new living room for them, because there'll be so much space now freed up from this.
Coryne, Coryne.
You want to take it, Seth? You can take it.
As the one with the lowest intro out of everybody in this room.
Oh no.
I think there's a moment where you're sort of like a little bit distracted because they're like talking about this and they're doing everything. You kind of sort of like step back and you hear like as you step back, and you do that instinctual like foot thing, and you look down
boots.
and you see that there is like a tiny shape in the like felt on the ground that is like sort of like writhing a little bit, and you see two little black ears pop out, and one of them's got like a little bit of spiky on the one side, and then you see yellow fur, and he goes, Pichu! And it stretches and yawns as you've obviously stepped on this Pichu.
I'm sorry.
And you see of the ears has like this like distinctive tuft of fur coming off the side of it that's like very asymmetrical and not normal for Pichu.
Not normal for Pichu.
Yeah, it's just very unique.
Anime character Pichu?
As DJ and Seth are talking, I reach out and I imagine DJ standing kind of far from me, so I do that thing where like my fingertips are brushing DJ's shoulder and I'm just like, look.
Well,
hi,
little buddy. Aaron
slowly starts to step back. Beach, and you see its tail is like bent at a little weird angle from where Coryne just stepped on it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He starts to slowly back up.
When you say there's something different about this Pichu because of the tuft of fur and stuff, same way that there's something different about...
No, not the same way. It's just got a very unique spiked ear Pikachu. Or Pichu.
Freaky guy.
This is I'll be completely honest for the players who are not able to understand the reference. There's spiky eared Pichu is a long-standing Pichu in the Pokemon community that exists in different forms in different games. It has its own little unique sprite. And this is spiky eared Pichu in my world because I like spiky eared Pichu.
It's so cute.
Is it Angie?
It's not. It's just sort of like everybody woke up and I'm like I woke up and everybody's gone and there's fucking 4 gross ass looking humans in front of me.
Sorry, I almost didn't count. I think
so cute.
I think took me a second, man.
So cute.
We'll after I collect these 2 thunderstones. Easy thing to do.
As you rip the thunderstone off, it's as easy as like pulling drywall down. You grab it and it goes Pichu! Like it's like what the fuck?
Oh, we're trying to turn the lever on for this thing, but it's blocking it.
It's just like gargling like into total disbelief.
I'm trying to you gotta enunciate your
DJ's
Pichu.
gonna like whip her head around and be like, I fucking told you.
Pichu!
Maybe we should just take one.
Leave the other
one.
Okay, I'll give the one that I just ripped off to him. I'll just give it to the Pichu.
You see, it's like it's bigger than him, and he kind of like takes it. Like,
okay. Can I pull the lever now to do the auxiliary?
Yeah, you go and you hear a of just like something beginning to turn and rotate.
Good little hydroelectric little sound. I won't
really
even
good.
need to make one for it.
Yeah, there you go. And it begins to spin, and immediately you can feel like a little bit more charge in there. And actually, for a moment when you turn it on, the opposite charge from the generator, you get this feeling of like, ooh. And in this room, you are now able to use your electronic devices and Pokeballs.
Wow, how cool.
And now you think back to the map and you think, oh, there's like 3 different auxiliary generator rooms.
Okay.
We should probably go turn on the yeah.
We should probably turn the other ones on.
Although, wait. Coryne, like, because of technology, Coryne has a thought and is like, wait, the more auxiliary power we turn on, the more electronics work. If anyone is trying to capture the legendary and their Pokeballs work all of a sudden, maybe we shouldn't turn these on.
I agree. You caught me.
Get your fucking bro. Oh my god, the scary moment.
So 1 out of 3 lowers their odds. It doesn't make it possible per se 100%, but it at least gives us a better chance of being able to like defend ourselves. Mm-hmm. Is it just for this quadrant or like this section?
It's just for this area.
Oh, so this is fine, right?
This is fine.
On the way.
Yeah. I think
as long as you don't turn on the one that's in their area.
Yeah, we won't turn that one on. But I think while we're in this area,
you won't turn that one on.
They might be going to that.
And we'll kill them before that happens. I'm gonna reach in my bag and
Seth said it.
grab.
Kill them. Get Seth
we'll kill them with
extinguisher.
Corinne's muscle. That's how that works. I didn't finish my thought. But I will give one of my cherry berries or lepa berries to the Pichu as well. Just kind of give him the consolation prizes of things. Yeah.
Pichu!
Sorry.
One of you has now stolen its shit and the other stepped on it.
I didn't. I gave it back to him.
Yeah, you gave it back after you were caught and shamed.
I wasn't not ashamed, but I was definitely like, okay, if it means this much to you, you can't even use it.
No, don't do that to him. Tanner kind of looks and goes, all right, well, I still can't get a signal out, but I got my Pokeballs out and everything now, so something comes up, it'll come up, right?
I think so. Are we good here? I'll look to the Pichu.
Pichu's like fronting on you now. I was like, Pichu, Pichu.
Yeah.
We should probably go.
Okay, we're gonna go. Enjoy your Thunderstones and your berry and your spiky ear. Goodbye.
Hey, Professor.
Pichu. Yeah.
I'll throw one more in just as I'm leaving.
Sounds good.
Before we go, DJ's gonna root around in her bag and pull out a different bag than the one Rikoto's in.
Okay, because that could be fun.
Gonna root around, and pull out like half of a costume that she's started for Rikoto. Okay. It's like basically the size of a hat, and she's gonna offer it to the Pichu and be like, "You want a hat?"
Pichu. Yeah, Pichu. It's like, all right, you can go now.
Leave. Gave him a fedora.
It's one tufted ear sticking out.
Yeah, it's a little like bulb like Ivysaur has.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute.
So as you turn the corner, the last thing you see out of this room is a hatted, spiked-eared Pichu with a Thunderstone under one arm and a half a berry in the other.
Dude just went to like the county fair and won big.
Oh, I love that this is what we're doing when a legendary gets captured. All right,
guys,
so we're gonna
we
go
are in
Why would you
hurry.
say that?
Please give him a cuter hat, please.
Cuter hat.
So going back down the main path, you start to go past some rooms that aren't necessarily as important. You start to head down a hall.
Oh, could I, while we were in power zone of electricity and energy and stuff, can I just double check and make sure I was correct in assessing these eggs?
Sure.
What was what?
You were correct in assessing the Elekid and the Mareep, but the egg currently that is in your incubator does not have data in the current Kanto Pokedex.
Okay.
But as you continue on the hallway, I believe DJ was the one with the highest int die, so unfortunately, once again, she's the first to notice something. DJ, you're going to hear the sound of it's like whistling for a second, and you're like, what does that remind me of? And then it's like the sound of a diving plane is almost what it sounds like. Like the... And then you look up, and there's a moment where you're like, no, there's nothing up above me in the sky other than the ceiling of the power plant. And then a hole the size of a large creature opens up as a torpedo-shaped entity that is blue, impacts the ceiling, and then begins to whoo, and so quick that unfortunately, even though you did see this, you aren't able to react at this point in time. As it rockets into the ground, leaving behind a puncture hole slightly bigger than two of your biggest Pokemon. It hits the ground, and you hear as something big and metallic hits the ground. It's just bouncing off to the side, and then after a moment, you see the creature. Rampart. As you see this blue dinosaur-like creature with a giant conical head and red eyes start to stand up and look up at the ceiling. Rampart. And you see through the hole in the ceiling that Perry is still fighting, and you get the feeling this might be one of her Pokemon that has just fallen out of the sky. Anyway, now feel free to react, but this is the information you have.
Are you Perry's?
Rampardos. And it looks down at you.
I'm gonna grab Richter and just kind of put him in front of me. Are you Perry's Pokemon? Yes.
Rampar. And then it looks around.
Friends.
It's and Richter goes, get back. Rampar. And they talk for a second. And then Richter looks and he goes, yeah, mate. And sort of gets across to you, Seth, that Perry sent this thing here, not for you guys.
Just dropping troops in?
Just dropping troops to go fuck up whoever's in the power plant.
Does it look hurt?
It looks like its head took the whole impact.
Oh, geez. Okay, well, hang out with us if we're on the same mission. Actually, I think so.
Remember, and it just starts to walk down the hallway.
Okay.
So much for being quiet.
This thing is terrifying.
We should go.
Holy shit.
Follow.
Just so you guys know, this is a rank 8 Rampardos that is currently walking with you guys.
Cool. That's tight.
What the fuck is coming up that you gave us a rank 8 Rampart? McKenna is in what is okay. Woo.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys begin to walk down the hallway. You do pass generator room number 2. Do you go turn that generator on?
I'm just checking the status of it.
If you pop your head open, it does not look like it's currently.
Are there
on.
any angry Pichus and or Thunderstones in there that are
no
available?
angry Pichus, but let me double check my notes real quick. No, this has no other Pokemon in it. You can go on and turn it on, no risk.
I don't want to turn it on, but I just wanted to see if there were any items in the room.
Okay. Items, you can probably roll me a quick spot hidden real quick if you wanted to. Or tracking. Either one.
I'll do tracking.
Okay.
That's better.
Hey guys, is there a reason we would have left the other room on?
I think it was to scan the thing for me, but we could have turned it off if we left.
Yeah, Aaron, can we have turned it off when we left?
I feel like it was okay to leave
And
it on
if
because it
not-
was so far away from everything else that
Yeah,
it
I'm
wasn't
just
a
nervous
worry.
that they're gonna run that way at some
Okay.
point.
Oh, like
So,
You can turn it off if you want. You could run back in.
Can I run back?
Pichus
and DJ's gonna tip her fake hat at it and say, howdy. Go, turn it
Howdy.
off, say, adios, and get out of there.
turn it on.
I got a 9.
A 9. You do find something of import there. You find a silver disc in a small plastic case labeled TM73. You do not have the ability to Google which TM that is.
Can I turn the power on, then Google it, and then
you can write down TM73 Thunder Wave.
Damn.
Thunderwave.
Yeah. Okay.
I gave up on trying to numerically categorize these without getting them. I gave up on that.
That makes sense. But Rampardos is not very patient, so it's a very quick look because it starts like, and like the longer it's like forced to stand in a hallway, its tail starts like whip back and forth and just start hitting walls.
We're going.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Rampar.
Richter, translate.
Actually, Richter using hand motions and everything. Go ahead and roll me a Pokemon handling check to see if you can get the complex topic that Richter's trying to tell you right now. You gotta roll pretty, and then add Richter's friendship to the roll.
Oh, cool. Okay, so that's 5, 11.
Mimikyu like sticks a head out at one point, just like kick.
So I'm adding Richter's
back in there.
friendship to this. Nothing else from Richter.
No, nothing else from Richter.
Okay, cool. So that's going to be what is that? 11, 14, 20.
Okay. You get across what Richter's trying to tell you is that Rampardos is like basically like muttering the equivalent of gonna kill some crimson rockets. Like it's like very specific who Rampardos is going for.
That's crazy. I didn't hear any rocket names from that before. How did you learn to say crimson? That's crazy, Richter.
Slices open, there's a little bit of blood, crimson rockets.
That's crazy. He can spell.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey gang. Crimson Rockets, but I don't know it's Crimson Rockets. But bad guys for sure. But I don't know. Okay, cool. I will note this. Translate that to the team as best as I can.
Yeah.
You get the information to take out
that at the very least, Perry and her Pokemon think that they are fighting Crimson Rockets. At the very least, that is the information that you have.
All right, and I will pass that along. Is that it's a big old Crimson Rocket asterisk mark on the top because we're not sure if that's a bit of a cited source.
Okay.
So as we continue further, we look out for big R crests and sigils.
As you continue walking, you get down to a certain hallway. And the question that I'm going to ask all of you, because this is an important question, is Rampardos is traveling with you. Are you letting it be at the front or are you forcing it to the back?
can we force it to the back? Because that seems like an impossible ask.
Because the moment you said you were Perry's friends, it has like given you a slight amount of control.
Okay.
So that's the question: is are you letting it be at the front, or are you forcing it to the back?
Does it know where it's going?
It seems to just be walking down the hallway when you guys pointed this direction.
Let's get in front of it. You know, just pop in front of it.
All right, that is going to affect our next interaction. As you guys continue down the hallway, you find that there's a set of double doors that are already open, and that breathing sense, DJ, that you've been getting, it has not gotten faster or slower. It's been very rhythmic, but it feels so much more intense. Every step forward, you begin to feel electricity like it was a hot breath on your face of the and as you get to a set of double doors, only one of the doors is actually open, and you can see that there are two figures hunched over what looks like a third generator. And past that generator, the room gets even larger and bigger. And from your guys' perspective of the hallway, you can see one set of triple talons, each of those talons being as big as you, currently perched on the floor.
Like
Okay.
bird talons?
Bird talons.
Boyd talons?
Of something that has yellow feathers and is big enough to feel like a titan among creatures that is in the next room. Yeah, Moltres. But before that, you see these two figures that are there. One is sort of like hunched over, kind of cursing to herself, her pink hair kind of like tossed to the side.
I knew it. This
as she's like wiring together what looks like a generator similar to what you guys were originally dealing with, but it was busted. And then you see standing next to her, facing towards whatever the sleeping titan behind them is, you see that there is a figure with like hood up, the other figure you had seen originally.
Question.
Yeah.
Based on the experience we've had with the past two auxiliary generator levers, does it seem like we would have an understanding or knowledge of how to decommission it and or destroy it further? Like if it were melted or bashed? Yeah,
all those would work.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to go that route, the generator will have a certain amount of wounds that you need to deal to it, and it's treated as a steel type.
Okay. I think I would like to have Axel hit it with a flame wheel.
Okay.
I'll
stick with that as your thing. As we see other people with their immediate response, because that's your immediate response, I'm going to check what the other two's immediate responses are as well, but we will do that. What's up, Coryne?
I was going to ask if Newton could go ahead and release a future sight right now.
Okay. And then with that, DJ, was there anything else that you were going to do on immediate sight of these people? Because your two friends seem like they are, the moment they saw other people are attacking, are you doing anything at this moment? Because you can't stop them from attacking. They're doing their attacks. I'm asking, is there anything that you were doing at this moment?
Can I ask, do I see them prepping to attack? Or is this just my
This is
DJ's?
an instant, this is you turn the corner, you see these people. What is DJ doing at this moment?
I think
does DJ hesitate? Does DJ, like, what is DJ doing?
DJ for sure hesitates. I think she turns around and puts her hands up to the Rampardos and says, wait.
Okay, so as that's the case, can I go ahead and get attack rolls from... Actually, Future Sight, we don't even need to roll that yet because it's going to come up in a second. That's delayed by 2 turns.
I do want to clarify that it was on the generator, not on the people.
It's on the generator. Seth, can I get an attack roll, please, for Axel?
Yeah. We're going to go... And I did feed him. I have that noted on here.
You fed him. Okay.
You did.
D6 plus my thing.
Matt rolled so good. Wait, Matt rolled so good. What did you roll?
Hold on, let me add this other...
Please crit this generator.
Hey, Kenna.
Is that possible? Mm-hmm.
What does Future Sight do?
Psychic damage.
It does active psychic damage. Okay.
It does active psychic damage. It warps reality in a couple of turns.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So that's a 22? 22 is going to crit this thing. Because it's a 10 is what you needed.
Let's go.
So in this exact moment, I'm going to describe a couple of things that are going to happen. I'm going to say some words as an NPC, and then we're going to come back to you guys in a second, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So at this exact moment, you guys turn, and there is that immediate reaction of 3 people attacking a generator, as someone else was also ready, hands on sight, ready to go, because they also witnessed the last major disaster that happened.
Tanner.
As there is a sacred fire that goes forward. Tanner does hit, but does not crit on that, unfortunately. As you can see, Luminous Magic's flames begin to... And joined by that, there's that moment which attack was Axel using again, Matt?
Flame Wheel.
So Axel passes you guys, and the flame wheel starts to slam into the side of the generator. As those 2 moves hit and Newton's eyes flash pink for a second, there is a moment where Diane, the girl who was leaned over the generator, jumps back. Shit! She yells. At that exact moment, 2 identical but slightly different colored screens of energy, a light screen and
God
a reflect.
damn it.
This is not going to stop your attacks. Your stacks are still going to do full damage. I need you to...
Don't worry, I'm ready for that.
Yeah, you're ready for that. You've got moves for this. As you see a Magnezone begin to float down from above the sky, and you see that at this point of time as well, as that Magnezone begins to float down, you can see a Primeape step out from the shadows on the other side, and a Charmeleon from that side, and then from within the cloths of the hood on the other person, an Umbreon jumps down to the ground. And in that moment, as you turn, there is a moment, Coryne, where your eyes meet a very familiar set of very cold eyes as Graham looks at you.
Let's go!
And he turns, and you see there's just a scent.
This is a meet cute. Oh, you were wanting to stop us? I'm sorry.
There is a sense of irksome, almost coldness and lack of reaction as he turns and sees you guys. And Diane kind of curses, fuck, what was that? Oh my God, we have to deal with these assholes again. And as they both stand and turn and look at you, as they turn and look at you, there is that moment where you have attacked, they have noticed you. This is going to be a square up unless anybody says anything different or wants it to go different in any way.
Stop fighting.
If the party's okay with it.
DJ,
if we choose
whatever you need to.
If we choose fight, I think DJ's gonna look back, see Coryne, see the 2 of them, hear Diane go, oh, these assholes. You go look at the Rampardos and just go, idiot.
And with the giddy up, that is where we will end today's episode of Unbeatable. Thank you so much for joining us.
Do we need to do the math on the damage?
Oh, we do. We'll do that after episode, though. That's fine. We'll do the math in a second.
Oh, let's go.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Goodbye.
Ooh, dude.
Thank you for watching this episode of Unbeatable, which was brought to you by you, our patrons, which if you're not a patron, I recommend getting over there because we have an exclusive, super secret Discord. It's not secret. You just have to pay for the Discord and you'll get access to it, where we answer questions that are in our Q&A videos every single month. If you don't, that's cool too, I guess. Stay unbeatable.
This episode of Unbeatable is brought to you by you guys over on the Patreon. Specifically, thank you, Zach Brown at the Champion tier patronage for supporting this episode. Thank you, Zach Brown, so much. We could not do this without your support.
I am unbeatable. I'll train until I meet my goal. If stakes are high, no, I won't fold because I am unbeatable. Earning every badge, whatever it takes, I'm gonna be the best trainer. You just wait, and I know the road ahead looks like it won't be easy. I am unbeatable. Standing by my side, got my friends with me to explore a whole world of possibilities. But no matter what the challenge is, we can overcome it together. Because we are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold because we are unbeatable.